Strong winds impacted Mexico's Baja California as Tropical Storm Hilary moved towards the state. Good evening and thanks for staying with us here at 6:30. I'm Sasha Loftus. We're of course continuing to keep you updated on Hilary's path. Tonight we have team coverage as the valley prepares. 8 News Now reporters Madison Kimbrough and Ozzy Mora live with how the storm is impacting travel and tracking flooding in the valley. But we first go to our most accurate weather team. Mary Jane Bellieza is in studio and we're going to toss it up to Chief Meteorologist Ted Florendo on the weather deck with the latest. Ted.
Sasha, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Of course, as you take a look behind me on the weather deck, dark clouds off in the distance at the Spring Mountains and beyond. And that's because the closer you are to California where that storm is taking place, that's where you're going to see the greatest amount of rainfall, which is why Death Valley, you saw the pictures earlier, flooding there. We've got some good rainfall there too earlier. For us, though, we're also watching this, a high wind warning now. That's in effect as we speak all the way to 5 a.m. for tomorrow. Now, with these wind gusts up to 50 to 60, we could see possible outages, down tree limbs and road debris. That's going to be the biggest impacts later on tonight and in the overnight hours. There's also that flood watch that still remains in effect until 5 p.m. We don't think that'll be extended. This is just a slight chance that we could see some flooding around the area. Just a heads up of that as we hit more rain, round 2 of that rain that is expected to arrive again for later on tonight. Back live now, we have team coverage for you to track this storm and show you the impacts that could happen for us for not only tonight and for tomorrow. We go now to my colleague, Mary Jane Bellieza. She's live in our 8 News Now studios downstairs with more. Mary Jane.
Ted, thanks so much. And seems like right now, Ted, is dry for the meantime as we continue to monitor when that next round of rain is coming in. But you can already see, as you mentioned on the weather deck, pretty cloudy out there, 76 degrees, humidity and dew point quite up a bit. I mean, we're talking 71%, dew points into the 60s there. Winds still coming in from the west, very light at this hour. But as Ted mentioned earlier in the newscast, that high wind event, we could definitely see more of the stronger winds overnight into early morning too. So that's something we're keeping an eye out. Overall, what to expect as far as the impacts that we're seeing with Hilary. Aside from the gusty winds, we're still looking at 50 to 60 miles per hour. So a little bit stronger when it comes to our mountain communities. Mount Charleston could see anything from at least 70 mile per hour gusts. Another round of rain, overnight as well. With the biggest amounts, that's going to be to the west of the Las Vegas Valley. So again, this is all something that we're continuing to monitor over the next couple of hours into the early morning hours of your Monday, especially as you get ready for work and you take the kiddos off to school. So with the weather expected this weekend, you know, we're always calling for pictures and video. And if you can safely get it to us, that's pics@8newsnow.com. Video works the best if you have it horizontally. Again, this is all if you can do it safely to us, pics@8newsnow.com. Sasha?
Mary Jane, and as this storm continues to develop, of course, keep it here on 8 News Now for all of your breaking weather updates and forecasts. Our team has been rated most accurate 9 years in a row. And with this weather comes major delays and cancellations at the airport. 8 News Now reporter Madison Kimbrough continues our coverage tonight. She's live at Harry Reid International, speaking to travelers trying to get to their destinations. Madison.
Yeah, Sasha, it's not hard to find the spot the stranded travelers here at Harry Reid International, as many are checking up the flight monitors you see here at Terminal 1 baggage claim. As of now, the numbers are growing as there are 348 cancellations, according to FlightAware, with just over 230 delays here at Harry Reid International. Now, most of these canceled flights, including Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco, and Portland. Here is what passengers who just learned their flights won't be taking off as planned had to say.
My flight was canceled this morning. We got here and they let us know a little bit late that it was canceled. I was flying out of Frontier, but now supposedly tomorrow our flights will be taken off tomorrow morning. Trying to figure out a different alternative to get home.
And many people I spoke to wondering if it's just certain airlines with cancellations, but when looking up at the flight monitors, it's apparent that most airlines are having trouble. Many people having to stay in Las Vegas overnight, others having to stay for the next couple days. We spoke to one woman who won't get back home until Wednesday. Reporting live, Madison Kimbrough, 8 News Now.
Now, according to FlightAware, there are over 4,000 delays, 1,700 cancellations in the U.S. Southwest led in those cancellations with over 700. Most delays are for flights heading out of Reid International. Listen to that. The Death Valley National Park Services sharing this video of flooding near Zabriskie Point. Reminder, the park is closed due to flooding as Tropical Storm Hilary approaches. Just last year, the park saw about 2/3 of all the rain it gets annually in just 3 hours. It wiped out roads and closed many parts in that area. Now, federal, state and county leaders urging people to brace themselves for the possibility of heavy rain and flooding here locally. As of right now, no flooding reported in the valley, but the washes all have that water flowing. 8 News Now reporter Ozzie Mora joins us live from one of them near Flamingo and Valley View. Ozzie.
Sasha, Ted and Mary Jane have been saying that they've been seeing breaks in the clouds, and we are too near Valley View and Flamingo. Now, I do want to say we also had the sun for a quick second or two say hello to us, but now the clouds are rolling in. They are looking pretty angry, and because of that, all hands on deck at the Regional Flood Control District into this weekend, asking people to prepare. Now, I am by the Flamingo Wash, and I'm going to move out of the way so we could see, well, you could see what we're seeing. Quite the activity we had the past few days. Right now, pretty calm, but still some water flowing into the tunnels. I was walking up and down the trail, and same thing, some water going into the tunnels and some trash. Like I said, the past few days, quite the activity. This is part of the Greater Master Flood Plan in Clark County. I spoke to Stephen Parrish at the Regional Flood Control District. Now, he says we are not out of the woods yet tonight, but does say the flood control system is designed to control the flood waters that the valley may get from storms. And Parrish tells me they don't anticipate any type of rainfall that would overwhelm their facilities, but there are some concerns.
We're also a little worried about soils. Soil can only absorb so much water during a rainfall event, and if it's already saturated because it's been raining so much over the last 18 hours or so, that soil loses its ability to absorb more water. We know where some problem areas are when we weren't really sure where problems were going to exist. So really what the emergency crews did and the public works crews, they just kind of spread equipment and personnel out throughout the valley and actually in the outlying areas as well.
And Parrish says they certainly do see a situation where water could flow or rise in detention basins. Now, a quick reminder at these washes, keep your distance. And also many communities have trails with paths with drainage areas. These trails could flood as well. So please be very careful after heavy rainfall. Reporting live from the Southwest Valley, Ozzie Mora, 8 News Now.
Ozzie, thank you for that. Now, with that being said, it's important to know how to be safe during flash floods. There are some safety tips to keep in mind according to the Regional Flood Control District. Never drive through a flooded roadway or around barricades, as we've been telling you. The road underneath may be damaged and impassable. Driving around barricades is against the law. If you get caught in a major storm while driving, consider pulling over to a spot higher than the street and waiting it out. Remember the phrase, turn around, don't drown, again, as we've been mentioning. Now, lastly, never play in water during the rain. It's not safe for a variety of reasons, including the speed of the water could knock you down, what it's carrying as well, including garbage, fertilizer, there could be oil in there, and even rocks. As we've also mentioned, recreational spots are closed due to the storm. Lee Canyon is shut down. Death Valley and Lake Mead recreations are completely closed to recreational use. All closures set to last through Monday. Nye County School District announcing schools will be closed tomorrow due to anticipated storms from Tropical Storm Hilary. This includes extracurricular activities and athletics. Faith Lutheran telling us that it plans to hold all classes tomorrow, along with Clark County School District. Officials say they're monitoring the situation, but for now, classes are set to go on as normal tomorrow. Many people shoveling sand into bags today at free sandbag locations. This is the scene at the site near Cheyenne and Buffalo as people prepare for possible flooding. People at the site telling 8 News Now they never imagined needing to prep their homes ahead of a storm like this.
Didn't think we'd be doing this in Vegas, but the waters are warming, so obviously we might be doing it more.
Never thought I'd be able to be doing this, filling sandbags for water, for sure.
People at the site also say they understand the dangers of this storm and hope others are taking precautions. City officials say they will refill the sand as needed throughout the day. Still ahead here on 8 News Now, it's been 12 days since the wildfires in Maui. The latest on the efforts on the island tonight. Mary Jane.
And Ted and I are here for you tracking Tropical Storm Hilary. We'll have the latest updates here on 8 News Now. Stay with us here. We're live, local, now.